Hi, James.
Hey, Sean.
Today we do boots. Now, one day when I was out on patrol, I happened to be soireeing off, exploring different avenues, getting to know the layout of my land, which is most important. And of course, I discovered a foreign object on my land, which I'd never seen before. I found this little guy right over here in Campbell Valley Park, and I noticed there was a geocache label on it. Let's go home and find out what's on this. Now, getting the geocache home, we discovered that A, this container was really, really weak. So we have to clean everything up because everything was trashed when we got it in here. Everything was wet. This is the sheet that was originally printed to put in here by Pharmadude. And well done, you know, because you're supposed to put these geocache sheets in when you do your geocaching, and he printed this one out and put it in here. But unfortunately, you know, Pharmadude did a good job, but he's still kind of sane, so he didn't really, you know, get it really properly done. But as WOGs, we have a duty to try to improve the world that we're in, so I figured that we can do a slightly better job than that. He put in this little notebook here, and this is super cool, because you can go through this and you can see everything what people said here. Let's see, nice to find, flutter by, not track, did not know it existed, took magnetic key holder, left flipper on keychain. What else we got here? We got some good ones in here. My favorite one's near the back. Come to our favorite spot to taste the sweet nectar of Mary J. Found this box and thought I would record our find. This is very special park. Enjoy. A bunch of stoners. December 19th, 2003. Lost, lost, lost. A lot of weed because my friends are stoners. I didn't take anything but left some roaches. That's the final. Oh no, that's not the final entry. October 23rd, my birthday. Wow, my first trip. My first find. I traded a small flashlight for a North American hunting medallion. I don't have a computer. It's neat. That's his tagline. I don't have a computer. That's the one you want to put on your emails from now on. I don't have a computer. So, I mean, this is really, really cool. And it's great because it really is a sense of community. This is controlled vandalism. This is a way for people to share ideas and concepts in the real world. I think it's fantastic. They got the little puzzle in here, and it was entertaining and stuff. What a neat, neat idea. But when we found this, of course, this container that Pharmadude put together was a little bit weaker than what we were used to. So it looks like we should probably improve on that. The toys all fit inside of this little container which was inside. Now this is smart because as we all know, everything is based upon configuration. With the right configuration, you can do anything. I put all the cars inside of here, and that way it keeps it a little bit protected. Oh, except for this car, because this car has some McDonald's advertising on it. So my little contribution as Geocache is we're going to just sanitize this a little bit. We'll put an Adbusters big black dot on that. Make sure there's no more advertising there, because as we all know, advertising is bad. So that goes back in there. And we got a Cairo News Radio. Well, news radio's okay because they're media, right? But we got the Honda thing here. That's no good. That's got to go. So we'll black out the Honda. Now we just got Cairo News Radio 7 on a van. And oh, there's the phone numbers on the back, so they got to go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. No more advertising. Not in the geocaches. Okay, so if you ever find anyone advertising geocaches, make sure you get rid of the advertising. You don't have to destroy anything. Just cover it up. We got the little gecko here. We're going to put that in there too because it's loose. We don't want it to get damaged. We got our sanitized race car. That goes back in there. We got a little dude here who looks looks like a little effigy of Will Smith wearing a blue shirt reading the Bible, which I don't really understand, but that's okay. And then we got a ghost, a little tiger that may or may not glow in the dark, a little spongy dinosaur thing that looks like it's probably dead. If not, he's really not happy. It could be a gecko, or it could be just a really retarded smile. We're not too sure. And we've got, of course, the puzzle. Now, the puzzle, this thing was soaked when we got it, man. This thing was just absolutely trashed. So normally, of course, it's not a good idea to actually take a geocache, but this one was in such bad shape that we had to bring it back here to repair it, to make things better, because that's what WOGs are all about. So we, when you're done, you assemble a puzzle when it's wet, and then you very carefully take it apart again when it's dry. This way, because the purpose of the puzzle is it's got to look good when it's all together. If you let it dry individually, it could dry wrong, and then it won't be able to be put together properly. Now, when we got this one, they had some really sad-looking Ziploc bags in there. Now, good on ya, farmer dude, for putting Ziploc bags in there. I mean, this guy, I'm in no way faulting him for this geocache, okay, because he was the guy who did it. And he was the one who did it first, and I found this. So I have no right to fault this guy just because I have a little bit of knowledge on how to improve. I mean, that's not my goal here. As far as I'm concerned, Farmer Dude is the shit because he introduced me to the world of geocaching, which is interesting. So here's my little tribute to Farmer Dude. I want to help him make sure his geocache is okay, make sure it's looking all right. So we're going to break apart this puzzle here. So now that we have the advertising Honda puzzle, which I didn't deface because it's a Honda you can't buy anymore new, so that means you have to get it recycled. So it's like an ad for recycled stuff. Why not use advertising against itself? Hang on to old ads. That way people will try to buy the cool stuff from 20 years ago. You might as well recycle that as well. Rather than put it in a weak bag, we're going to put it all in this massive Ziploc freezer bag. So I'll put that in there, keep it isolated so that if the bag does fail, if there's like several things that are moisture sensitive, you want to keep them probably in separate bags. When space is a factor, you can kind of combine a little bit. This notebook here is so small that I think I'm probably going to put this notebook back in here again. Put that in there. And, oh, I didn't write anything in this notebook. And you might think, well, Sean, but you found it and you're doing all this stuff. Why aren't you going to write something in the notebook? See, I made a movie, so that's my contribution to the geocache. So we're going to put that back in there. We're going to get all the air out that we can so that it gets nice and sealed. Good jobby. Fold it over. Make sure we don't damage anything. And ideally, you'd want to put an elastic band around it, but I happen to be out of elastic bands, so I haven't put that on my shopping list yet, so unfortunately. Now this poor little guy, oh, don't forget this, but this is metal and rusty. It can probably be kept separate because